covering the Villages for you. Here's Jill Winters and the VNN Lifestyle News team.
Female veterans receive special recognition. Plus, another group of veterans are planning to ride for an important cause. More than 2 million women veterans live in the United States. Every March for Women's History Month, the American Legion Auxiliary honors female veterans with the annual Women Veterans Luncheon. This year was held March 13th at American Legion Post 347 in Lady Lake.
We're honored to have one because not everybody recognizes women veterans. So the fact that there's entities out there that want to celebrate our women veterans, if I can make it, I will. The only time I seem to have to prove myself as a gender, ironically, is out of the service. I'm faced on a daily of people asking me, is this my hat, did I serve? And not acknowledging us. And so I find that really odd. I've given my all. I took care of our combat wounded in Afghanistan. I love it when young people say, I'm going to join X, because I think that it teaches you more than just serving your country, and I think we're missing that in the conversation with some of the young people from where we need to go today for tomorrow.
At first, the men didn't quite treat us as equals, but with time and a lot of training and some education, the guys did, and after they could see what we could do too, they did start to treat us more as equals and value our input and our work. But I knew that they didn't think I was as good as they were, so, not just in the military, but in all fields back in the 1970s and 80s, women had to work harder to be seen as equal. I got to serve my country, and that's what I was after, first of all. I got to see some other countries. I had never left the United States when I joined the Navy. I met wonderful friends. There is a camaraderie through the military, not just in the Navy, but in all the services, that wherever you go, you're never alone.
1 in every 6 residents in the Villages has served in the military, and of those, 320 are women who have served their country since World War II. An estimated 22 veterans die by suicide each day. To help raise funds to combat this and other mental health issues veterans experience, the annual Unity Ride to End Suicides in-state ride is being hosted by the Florida American Legion Riders next month.
There's 3 different routes that are being done this year. One from Pensacola, one out of Jacksonville, and one out of Kissimmee. And the Kissimmee ride is what we're going to be hooked up with. We're going down because it's going to Key West for the day, then turn around and come back. It's a 5-day ride, and we generate funds for vet relief and veterans funds for different activities. We do it to bring awareness to it, because a lot of people don't realize what's going on outside the American Legion, outside the military and everything else. The John Q. public just doesn't really know, whether they don't read about it or they don't care about it, but I'm sure the more exposure the American Legion riders do to show, maybe they'll get a better idea of what's going on. They can go online to donate through the American Legion post in their area. Go to the rallies. A lot of the activities that the riders put on with the different posts is open to John Q. public. We do it for the cause, not the applause. So when you see a rider out there doing it, if you want to stop a rider along the road somewhere and say, I want to donate, they'll gladly take your money, and they'll take your name and everything else, and you'll get, it'll get put into the proper account, for vet relief.
The annual Unity Ride to End Suicide will be April 17th through the 21st. The Florida American Legion Riders have already raised more than $13,000. In 2021, they raised $115,000. Members of the Villages Woodworkers Club do several projects in honor of veterans. Recently, they turned their 400 400,000th pen for the Pens for Troops program.
We have probably at least 24 turners that are turning it. And they like it. They like doing it. So I don't see a problem doing it for a long time.
They make them out of different materials. Some are wood, some are acrylic.
We are supplying urns for veterans for all the national cemeteries in Florida.
They do some number of canes.
Yep, canes.
Where they carve the canes.
Yeah.
All of this is volunteered by members of the club. There's no paid positions. They do it out of the goodness of their heart. They enjoy turning the pens. They enjoy making the urns, those kinds of things.
Village of Glenbrook resident Ron Gammon completed the 400,000th pen on March 1st inside the Brownwood Wood Shop. The village's woodworkers have also reached another milestone as the club got its waiting list down to 0. After this short break, you will meet a decorated track athlete, so stay with us.
I'm going to need a pound of bologna, a half pound of Swiss, and hearing aid special.
One moment.
This is programmable, right?
What am I, a doctor?
Why buy a hearing aid where you buy your groceries?
Our doctors of audiology and licensed hearing aid specialists do one thing and one thing only, hearing aids.
You don't have to go to a big box store to get an inexpensive hearing aid.
We fit only the world's best hearing aids at the lowest prices anywhere, we guarantee it.
Call today and try any hearing aid absolutely free. Visit EliteHearingCenters.com.
Your daughter here thinks you want to grow some trees.
She takes after her father. This is wasting money. If you wait until it's full, you can save 1,000 gallons of water a month. Save another 1,000 gallons doing the same with the washing machine. This low-flow shower head saves another 1,000 gallons of water.
How did you get so smart?
I read.
For simple tips on how to save water, visit watermatters.org.
One day after moving to the Villages, Roger Vergine says he became a member of the Villages Track and Field Club. This 85-year-old's running achievements continue to impress, and his records keep piling up.
Landover, Maryland, 2 weeks before the National, I set the record in the 60-meter hurdles. I think it was 13.89 seconds. It was 14.29, set by a very good friend of mine. And I competed with him in that meet and beat his record. And then I ran it again at the Nationals, and it was the very first event of the day. And it was part of the pentathlon. The hurdles was the first race, and I beat it again. I knocked about 400ths more off the record at that point. 2 weeks after I turned 85, I went to the Decathlon Championship in St. Charles, Missouri, and I beat that national record. I made a special effort to put relay teams together there because in '85 there were some vulnerable records. So I got a team together for the 4x200 relay the second night of the meet, and we beat the former USA record by 14 seconds. Following afternoon, at the end of the meet, there was the 4x400 relay. And we got 4 guys out there and we beat the world record. We didn't actually beat a record. We established a record. There was never a team that had completed a 4x4 in a sanctioned meet in the US or in the world. We've got a nice little track here and a great group of people out at the Villages High School every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday about 7:30 in the morning, and we'd love to have you come and join us.
This former university professor admits he has always tried to achieve something in life, and track and field has just been part of that. Next month, Roger will be competing in the Villages Senior Games 2023, and here is how you can join him. Local athletes ages 50 and over can compete in 25 events April 15th to the 23rd at locations throughout the community. For a brochure and registration information, you can visit thevillagesSeniorGames.com or go to any recreation facility. Completed registration forms need to be returned to La Hacienda Recreation by 4 p.m. Tuesday. The temperatures are rising outside this week. Here's a look at your Village's forecast.
Here's your VNN 5-day weather.
Spring break is over for the Villages High School and Wildwood Middle High School. Students and athletes are back in play.
Here's this week's Prep Roundup.
The Wildcats baseball team hosted Ocala Christian on Monday. They laid off low-velocity pitches and walked their way to an 18-3 victory via mercy rule to improve to 4-2 on the season. Wildwood pitcher Richard Edwards says the challenge is really just being patient, sitting in front of the batter's box and just waiting for their pitch. Head coach Devin Dominguez complimented his guys because he knew they were getting frustrated out there sometimes because he knew they wanted to hit. Wildwood scored 9 runs in the first inning, 4 in the second, and 5 more to end the game early after just 3 innings. The Villages High School softball team was back on its diamond again Tuesday, hosting Lake Minneola. Lake Minneola recorded 11 hits in this game on the way to earning the 11-9 win. The Villages was down 11-5 through 5 innings before Sydney Rich hit a 2-run home run. Sydney went 3 for 4 on the day, hitting her first home run of the season in front of her grandparents. The Villages is now 9-1 on the season. Also on Tuesday, the Wildwood flag football team had its season opener against the Villages. Wildwood capitalized on its speed as they shut out the Villages 64-0. Wildwood head coach Vincent Brown Sr. says his team came out, they ran hard, they had fun, and they flew around, and that is all he can ask for. Wildwood quarterback Zoe Brown posted the first points on the scoreboard as she scrambled for more than 20 yards for a score. Zoe also played defense in the game, picking off Villages quarterback Zoe Tennell to set up a long pass to Essence Jasper for another rushing touchdown as they continue to pile on the points. Wildwood will face Columbia Thursday on the road as the Villages plays at home Thursday against North Marion. Up next, churches are using a paddling sport to bring people together. We'll be right back.
At the Jenkins Auto Group, our priority is your safety and the safety of our team. We plan to remain open to help you with any automotive needs for both sales and service. For sales, you can visit the dealership, buy from home at jenkinscars.com, or we'll come to your home or business and handle the entire transaction. For service, our hours will remain the same, and we'll even come pick up your vehicle and return it after it's been serviced and washed. Jenkins Auto Group. Welcome to the family.
So that noise that you're referring to that you hear in your head and your ears is called tinnitus or tinnitus. Regardless of how you pronounce it, it's still an annoying sound in your head. And I think what's important to point out about tinnitus is it's one of the early signs of damage to the auditory system. That noise is not a disease, it's a symptom of something else. So the key with tinnitus, first and foremost, is you should be evaluated. There's no medical cure for tinnitus, but there are several FDA-cleared approaches to reducing your perception of that noise in your head. But it all starts with a complete audiological examination. Sometimes, worst case scenario, that noise in your head could be the sign of a tumor or a lesion along the auditory nerve. Simplest or least worst scenario is it's just an annoying sound that's caused by some noise exposure you had earlier in your life that's coming to fruition today. But the point is, you don't know till you get it evaluated.
While many sports fans associate the month of March with March Madness, there was no Cinderella upsets at the Pickleball Community Volunteer Group's Village Open Championships. The men's doubles tournament on Tuesday featured some familiar faces in the final match. This was a rematch from January's 4.5 5.0 tournament finals as Todd McLean and Eric Wilson won head-to-head with Ted Meyer and Gary M. Miller. Todd and Eric won in January and did it again in March. It was not an easy match, as Todd says. Their opponents have no holes in their game. They just had to outwork them. Eric says the key for he and Todd has been teamwork, and he thinks that is what they are best at. They execute usually pretty well all the time, and they are so good at being a team, as evident by their undefeated record in the tournament in January and March. Todd and Eric won 11-4 and 11-3 over Ted and Gary. The Village Open Championships continues Thursday with ladies doubles play. Pickleball is a fast-growing sport that has even made its way to churches. On Sunday afternoons at Burns Head Recreation, chances are you will find members of Live Oaks Community Church's pickleball outreach playing together. Village of Fernandina resident Steve Eaton has been leading the outreach in some form for close to 6 years. He says they tend to run one pod for a 2-hour session, so that's about 6 pickleball courts. He says it's common for them to have around 30 or more people participating during snowbird season. Steve says they invite people from all levels to play and make friends. From time to time, visitors have approached Steve to ask about Live Oaks community. He tells them about the church, and he talks to them also about Christ. He also brings along different kinds of pickleball paddles to show what makes them different and allow them to try 1 or 2 out. Pickleball instructor Ray DeTirio was asked to set up a pickleball outreach ministry at Lake Deaton United Methodist Church. And in less than 2 years, he says, they had a roster of around 220 people. The game offers fun and fellowship to those looking to find a game, learn the rules, and make friends. The players gather at the church's sanctuary, which is converted into 3 pickleball courts during the week. Ray jokes they like to say they play pickleball 4 times a week. Then they allow the pastors to hold worship services there Saturdays and Sundays. On Tuesdays, the outreach features men's, women's, co-ed, and beginners play, along with classes Thursday evening, which is open to all levels of play. Ray gives lessons on the basics of the game and says several players never realized this church existed until they started playing pickleball there. Pickleball is part of the Lake Deaton United Methodist Church's growing sports ministry program, which includes golf, volleyball, yoga, and other exercise activities. Take a look at the front page of Wednesday's Daily Sun for even more about churches and fellowship with pickleball play. The Village's SC made its debut in the United Premier Soccer League on Sunday. On the Village's home pitch in Summerfield, both the Villages and Nona FC saw limited chances to score, but Nona FC came out on top 3-1. Nona scored first, and the Villages responded with the equalizer when Alvaro Carrera netted a free kick from the left side of the box. Buffalo's center back Aiden Kazmarski says that was a big momentum factor as everyone's mentality rose, giving them a spark. Overall, Aiden thought his team played pretty well for the first time they've played in a game together as a team. Head coach Iago Lopes feels like this was a good start and they can do way better. Next up, they play 5 p.m. Saturday in Haines City against Atletico Orlando.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible. So call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Rocking, dancing,
Shake your body, baby, do that conga.
relaxing, or romancing. Thank you for listening to Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
The best mix of music, the songs you love. Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
This is VNN.
A unique offering within this community is the Enrichment Academy, a place where you can go to find out so much more about a wide variety of subjects. To learn more about the Enrichment Academy, a Learn and Grow Expo is scheduled for 10 a.m. to noon Friday at Rohan Recreation. This is your chance to meet instructors, find out more about a variety of courses available to you, get details if you are interested in becoming an instructor yourself, and even see demonstrations too. New courses will begin April 3rd, and registration for residents in the villages is March 27th at 8:30 a.m. The spring summer catalog is available now through the enrichmentacademy.org or at any of your at-your-service locations. It's almost time to walk for an important cause. Walk for Multiple Sclerosis will take place starting at 8:30 a.m. Saturday at the Villages Polo Club. Free registration remains open by visiting mssupportgroup.org. The Multiple Sclerosis Village People is a support group in the villages for people with MS or those with loved ones with MS. To raise both awareness and money for the cure of this disease, the group created a charity walk raising $86,000 last year, which was double what they raised in 2019. Group leader Jeff Powers says the support group is vital to those impacted by the disease. Again, Walk MS will begin at 8:30 a.m. Saturday at the Villages Polo Club. Also this weekend, you can attend an art show. On Sunday, you can march on over to Lake Sumter Landing Market Square as the Visual Artists Association hosts Artists Around the Square from 1 to 4 p.m. Members will display and sell artwork covering various mediums, ranging from acrylic to oil, glass to photography, and so much more. This will be the VAA's last outdoor show until the fall, so don't miss it. It's time now for a brief commercial break. We'll be right back.
You want to enjoy your home, we know. To live well is to eat well. Doc's Restorations knows you want a beautiful kitchen to enjoy your favorite meals with your family. Licensed, bonded, and insured, we can make it happen. Bathroom? We work with trusted brands and American-made materials for a squeaky clean result. Family owned and operated for over 14 years, experienced craftsmen and design consultants. We stand on it. We'll make you look like a million. It's up to you what you tell your neighbors. And much more. So relax. Doc's Restorations will take care of it all for you. One company, one source, one solution.
Residents have another opportunity to step on stage. You can learn to craft and tell stories of your lives through the 4th Storytelling Lab at the Sharon L. Morse Performing Arts Center. Instructor and the Sharon Education Director, Nathaniel Nemi, will guide you through the process, participating in exercises and activities to generate material. The Sharon Booking Manager, Sierra Weiss, says storytelling is essential as it captures one's attention and helps us to better understand the world around us. You must be at least 18 to participate. Classes are from 1 to 4 p.m. on Wednesdays, April 5th through May 10th at the Sharon Warehouse Rehearsal Room in Lady Lake. Tickets for the classes are $100 available for the first 10 students who sign up. You can visit thesharon.com, click on Academy for more details. Also take a look at Wednesday's Daily Sun for even more about the Storytelling Lab. If you enjoy free musical entertainment, then the Villages is the place for you. These are the bands scheduled to play Thursday night. That's all the news we have for you now. Pick up a copy of Thursday's Daily Sun to read about Easter events for all ages. Keep embracing the Village's active adult lifestyle.
Thanks for watching your VNN Lifestyle News Show.
This is Skipper. Met Skipper down at the shelter. He came in pretty rough shape, and he's one of the recipients of the Hope Fund. They took care of his health needs, and as soon as we saw him, this is the guy for us. He was so beat up, and we figured he's never going to suffer again. So now he's living the good life. His first year was pretty rough, and he came in severely limping. His one leg was severely damaged. It was neglected, and he couldn't bark. He could cry though, and so he lost his leg, and we adopted him 10 days after that. He certainly likes a golf cart ride. All you got to do is we actually can't say cart ride in the house because he gets wild. So we have to make hints about it or say different words, and we gave up spelling because he figured that out. You and I, we would stub our toe and we'd be laid up for a couple weeks. Skipper, 2 days after losing his leg, he was chasing the ball. He can run, he runs fast, he likes bigger dogs. He likes everybody. He never met a stranger. He even tries to make friends with the little geckos on the lanai. Animals have great attitudes. They can overcome a lot, and it's what people have to overcome to accept them. We have some dogs that have been, have some problems, and we encourage people to, consider the dog that has an issue or two, and I think you get much more out of them.
You're here to have fun, lots of fun. We're Lake Nutrition Center, your health food store. We offer vitamins, supplements, immune boosters, gluten-free and plant-based options that will support your health. We're here to help you feel better, sleep better, manage your stress at those pickleball tournaments, navigate the traffic circles, and help you with your golf game. We look forward to meeting you and helping you stay healthy and have more fun.